Welcome to Eating Enlightenment. Today we're going to be covering how to start meditating if you're a beginner. I'm Jared Levinson, and I'll be your guide today, and I'll be sharing with you my passion for meditation that all began years ago when I lived as a Zen monk. Now, back in those days when I first started meditating in high school, I'd cross my legs, full lotus, and I'd concentrate really hard. And then when I got out of full lotus, I uncrossed my legs and I got up to stand. I would feel pin cushions, like needles in my legs, so my legs had fallen asleep. And nowadays, I pretty much sit in this chair. I'm pretty comfortable. And I basically just do nothing. So I just want to show you that what you think about meditation is not actually how you have to do it. And if you're a beginner, I really want you to get the takeaway message right here, which is like, meditation is like walking. It's like walking. It's not too complex. It's kind of boring, but it's really good for you. And it's kind of fun. And you know, I kind of like walking. It's nice to go on a walk, right? Meditation's the same way. It's not complex, but if you think you're going to get somewhere super fast, you're going to clear your mind, you're going to get this deep state of peace. Those are possible, but if you're a beginner, lower the standards. Okay? So if you have any further questions, there's an in-depth blog article down below. You can click on that. With that being said, I'm going to just do my best to go through 3 steps of meditation, give you metaphors and stories like a glass of dirty water, how the dirt can settle into the bottom of the glass when you meditate. That's an analogy for meditation. I got several metaphors and analogies that I've planned out for you that we're going to go through these step by step so that you can really get a clear picture in your mind about how to deal with your thoughts. That monkey mind, you know, that's the hard part about meditation, is your mind. So how do we relate to the mind? Do we just let thoughts go? Do we focus back on the body? Do we release thoughts? Do we accept our thoughts and do nothing? Do we just watch your thoughts? You know, these are different ways of handling our thoughts. And I'm going to give you some metaphors so that you can understand them. And then, after I go through the 3 steps and metaphors, we're just going to go question by question. If you go to the website, I'm giving a free mindful eating guide. And after you download that guide, you'll be a part of the email community. And so I emailed everyone out there and I said, hey, what beginner meditation questions do you have? And I'm just going to answer some of those questions. We're going to go through and just answer your questions. So without further ado, let's get into the 3 steps of how to meditate if you're a beginner. And forewarning, the 3rd step is going to tie into all these metaphors and stuff, okay? Because the first 2 steps are really easy. See my chair? Get a chair and check out this. La 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 la. We got a cushion on said chair. Great. Okay, so we got a cushion. We're comfortable. I'd recommend you sit upright, you know? I find that if you're like this... Oh, sorry, what happened? Where am I? So you want to be comfortable. You can sit against the back of the chair if you'd like. But get a chair, have your feet flat on the ground. Your hands can be on your knees. You don't have to do anything weird with your hands. Eyes open, closed, whatever. Just get comfy, right? It's like going on a walk. You don't think too much about it. Just settle in, okay? And hey, going on a walk is a metaphor for meditation. And we'll be covering more meditation steps. more meditation metaphors in just a little bit. Second step is actually pretty easy too. This is how I like teaching meditation. Take your finger, now put your finger towards the screen like I'm doing right now, and then use your mind's eye, use your mind to feel the tip of your finger. So right now I can feel the tip of my finger. It kind of feels like I can feel the fingernail a little bit. It almost feels like I can feel the space underneath my fingernail. All right. So I'm feeling my fingertip. Now, what we just did right there was part of meditation. I'm waving my finger at you like you're a bad person or something, but I really should be waving. Jared, don't wave your finger at them. We shifted our attention right there. You were paying attention to my voice, and then you shifted your attention into your fingertip, right? There. That is a huge part of meditation. It's about half of it. Okay? Because the other part is where we move on to step 3, and it's accepting our thoughts. And that word acceptance can be a loaded word. I get it. It can seem too passive, or it comes with a lot of baggage. And I found that people can very easily understand this thing right here. Just feel your fingertip, shift your attention. People get that. Shift your attention. Feel your breath in your nose right here. All right. Let's practice the second step again just to demonstrate how clear and objective it is, right? You know when you are feeling your nose right here, all right? So, listen, right here, we got your breath on your mustache if you have some hair, or your nostrils, okay? So if you just breathe in, can you feel some airflow right around there? Good. You've just shifted your attention again, and that's half of meditation, right? So you sit comfortably, and you shift your attention to your breath. Done. Easy. Okay, third step is where we get confusing. Okay, not too confusing, but a little confusing. Okay, a little confusing. And we start going into the metaphors. So that metaphor I mentioned earlier is the glass of dirty water, all right? So this is the first of a few metaphors we'll go through to help exemplify the third step. And again, that third step is accepting your thoughts. These are ways we can kind of map out what it means to accept our thoughts. Let's just do with a glass of dirty water. If you stir up a glass of dirt and water, it's going to be all cloudy and muddy. You won't be able to see anything. But then if you just sit there, you just plant the glass down and you let it, and then you stop stirring, then eventually the dirt will begin to settle. And it'll go down to the bottom of the glass. The dirt will be at the bottom of the glass. And you'll be able to see through the dirt. See through the water clearly. And when we sit here, we get comfortable, we start focusing on our breath, what happens is dirt gets in our mind. You know, it's like we sit down, and then all of a sudden we start paying attention to our breath, and it's like we're a clean glass of water, and we just have this dirt just poured into that clean glass of water. And note, by the way, we actually had the dirty water already. It's just that when we sat down, we actually noticed that our minds were dirty. Our minds were dirty and impure before we sat down. It's just now that we're actually sitting down, we can see it. All right? Now, what we do when we see our minds are dirty is we set it down. Set it down. So when I set it down, that means come back to your breath. It means reshift to your back. But it's back to your breath. Okay? So that's one metaphor. And I want to totally switch gears with you now and do a different metaphor entirely. But step 3 is where the other half is about, instead of active, it's passive. Okay? And so how we're going to demonstrate this is by, just imagine you're at the dentist's office and you have a thought that you need to answer an email. Okay, so you're at the dentist's office, he's working on your teeth, or she, and you got this thought, oh, I gotta go pay the bills. I gotta go do something. In that bubble, that dentist bubble, you are not bothered by any sort of thoughts. Because you know you can't deal with them. You know your thoughts don't matter. It's weird. In the dentist's office, we know our thoughts don't matter. We aren't bothered by them. So it's this kind of thing. Whatever comes into my mind is not a big problem. That's it. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to be present. If I think some thoughts, it's all good. And that's pretty much it. And that same process will work. Whether you shift your attention purposefully back towards your breath, or you just kind of aren't bothered by your thoughts, your mind will begin to quiet down. Now, we're going to be going into some practical questions about meditation that I asked people. But first, I want to just give a basic piece of advice. That is, should you shift your attention purposefully, or should you just let go of your thoughts? And if you have more questions about what it means to let go of your thoughts, I highly suggest you take a look at that blog article down below. There's a link down below. Take a look at that, because I got a whole lot more metaphors, but I want to move on to the frequently asked questions. But let's first talk about whether you accept your thoughts or you shift your focus. And my rule of thumb is, first you try shifting your focus back to your breath. Okay? So you sit down, you get comfortable, you focus on your breath, your mind gets very dirty, and you just bring it back to your breath, back to your breath, back to your breath. Your mind starts to quiet down. But I'm sure you've maybe tried that before, and you tried it, and then you got confused. You couldn't shift back. You felt like you were failing. Well, if you start to really get frustrated with shifting your focus back, that's when we just sit there. And by just sitting there in the dentist way, just chill, you are training your mind to not react. I'm pausing right here, because right now I can have a thought. My thought right now is, oh no, I'm pausing too long. They're going to stop watching the video. I'm having that thought right now. But if I don't really worry about it and I just sit there, I'm training my mind to be non-reactive to my thoughts, okay? So this gives you a tool set on how to get through difficult parts in meditation. First, try to shift back to your breath. Third, if you can't do that, just sit there. Just sitting there is tough. It's tougher than it looks. But that is meditation as well. So let's get on to the frequently asked questions. Sometimes people want to know when and where and what they should wear. So when, I suggest the morning or early afternoon. I have tried meditating before bed, and sure, it's nice. I tend to go to bed and I don't get that mind quieting effect, really. I find that midday works best for me. If I give myself 10 or 15 minutes, It does wonders. I'll go on a walk. You can meditate while you walk, just feel your feet. Just turn off the phone, be present for a little bit. You can do that. 10, 15 minutes. That also answers the length of time. If you are doing a formal meditation practice, you're welcome to just do 5 minutes a day. And as for clothing, I mean, you see me right now. I just threw on this necklace so that I look like more fancy and stuff, but I got my tank on, my t-shirt on. You don't need much to meditate at all. Okay. Is meditation against your religion? No, it's not. Because as I said earlier, when you shift your focus back to your breath, your nose, that is shifting your focus, okay? But you can shift your focus anywhere. Meaning you can shift your focus to your pinky finger, to your toe, or a word or a phrase. Now, I don't know what religion you are, but let's say that you're Christian. I'm pretty sure if you meditate on the word God or Jesus or something like that, and when your mind starts to get impure thoughts of all this dirt going on, it's all this chaotic thoughts, and you shift your focus back towards God, 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 or Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You focus back to or a prayer, like however you pray. You have a mantra. You can shift your attention back to a word or a phrase that fits with your religion. I hope that you're seeing that these things, whether it's shifting your attention or accepting your thoughts, there's different ways to meditate, and it can work for you. Just don't get your hopes up thinking that you're gonna just find this amazing inner peace. And that relates to a different question that somebody asked. Somebody asked about, like, why do I suck at meditation? Why is this so difficult? It's difficult because we have really crazy minds. I mean, one of the fundamental truths of yoga, of Buddhism, of every religion is that we are all connected. And there's a lot of suffering going on. And so when we actually look at our minds, we see a lot of crap in there. And that is difficult. It is difficult to let go of that crap for a little bit and just focus on the breath and be present. It's difficult to do that. It's like running a marathon. Here's another metaphor. Running a marathon, if you just try to run a marathon, you ain't gonna be able to do it. If you want to have a strong mind where you are in charge of the focus, where you direct the focus, Facebook doesn't direct your focus, you direct your focus. If you want a mind that is open and non-judgmental, I think this is the best thing about meditation. Non-judgment is hard. It's tough to not judge. When you start having these thoughts and then you judge your thoughts, that's your default. That's your default. And it's tough to change your reaction. A lot of people out there say people are judgmental, as if they were choosing to be judgmental. But no, we are naturally judgmental. And it's tough to not judge. It's really tough to just watch your thoughts and to have that dentist attitude. It really is tough. It really is tough. And that's why I want you to have these metaphors in your back pocket so that you can have the posture of a lion instead of a dog. A lion, if you wag a dog bone in front of the lion just stares straight ahead. We want this, we want this kind of, this strong focus along with this like easy, soft compassion. And I hope that kind of you're getting this sense of meditation that I'm trying to convey here. Again, coming back to those 3 steps we talked about earlier, you get comfy. That's step 1. Step 2 is the strength, the focus, the reshifting. And step 3 is the dentist. Just, hey, chill. I'm just going to chill here. And your job is to make this an art. It's not like a do this for 5 minutes and then do this for 3 minutes and 50 seconds and then alternate. you are listening to you, and you are using your own inner wisdom to say, hey, okay, I need to focus more right now, or hey, I need to open up and accept. So it's a balance between acceptance and refocusing. Okay, now where was I on those questions? Last questions here are, how frequently should you meditate? And I believe the answer to that is every day. Because number two, are there other forms of meditation? That's another question someone asked. Are there other forms of meditation? Yes, there are. There's thousands of different forms of meditation. And for the beginner meditation, I just want to share some stuff that I will use to meditate. When I drive in the car, I will just pay attention to the vibrations that are going on in the car. I'll just feel the vibrations going on in my car. And that's, to me, meditation. It's meditation when I'm in the shower. It's meditation when I go on a walk. So there's many different forms of meditation. And, that makes it very easily able to do frequently. You can go on a walk, you can lay down, you can meditate while you drive, when you shower. These are all valid ways for you to either shift your focus back into your body or just try to be present and allow your thoughts to kind of flow through your mind. Okay, and then last question, what do you do if you're drowsy, if you keep falling asleep? Well, a couple things that come to mind. One, you could try earlier in the day. Splash some cold water onto your face. Maybe you don't need to meditate right now. Maybe you need to exercise more. Maybe you need to get more sleep. Meditation isn't going to solve all your problems. It's nice, but, it's nice. But yeah, don't have too high of hopes for it, because otherwise it's going to disappoint you. And hopefully that's another message you're taking away from this as well, that meditation doesn't need to be hard. It's pretty easy. You just shift your focus, or try to focus, let go of your thoughts, let them flow by. And that's about it. That's about it. Like, you can do that while you drive. You don't need anything fancy. Don't worry about it too much. Really take all the pressure off meditating. It's nice to get out of this crazy world for a little bit. It's nice to turn off the phone. It actually is nice. I know that sounds like stupid or something. A part of me even feels it too. Like, I'm millennial, I'm addicted to my phone. But every now and then, I do just put down my phone and it's nice every now and then. Just do that. Just put the phone away, just get a breath of air. That's meditation. All right, so check out that article down below. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.